Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, August 6th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I find understanding by dropping into my heart. And that is so important as we build into this eclipse energy. And as I was sitting here looking at the astro, really personal story came up to share. So we will see where it fits in all of this. But there's a lot of really interesting stuff that's happening that is asking us to rise by dropping into the heart. I do want to start, I think, with Venus. Venus is going to be shifting into Libra. So Venus isn't shifting into Libra until a little bit later in the day. In fact, Venus is making her shift 4:27 p.m. Pacific time. So for a large part of the day, we have Venus at the 29th degree of Virgo. This is a call to listen to your body. This is a call to love yourself by listening to your body. This is a call to get beyond your logic, get beyond your criticism, get beyond your thinking, and listen to your body. Just remember, every single cell in your body is paying attention, listening, experiencing, and has information to you. This is a whole conglomerate that has information for you. If you can tune into it, if you can get beyond your shoulds and the rules and all of that and really listen to your body, you are going to take leaps and bounds into your personal health. So this is a call for that. After that, Venus in Libra is so fascinating to me. I'm really excited about this transit. To me, this transit is going to be a reawakening of relationship with the yin. So I've been talking about, through a lot of this summer, the wild yin coming in. And let's be fair, have you had an easy summer? Has it been a challenge? Has there been a lot of the unknown? Are you still involved in that space of the unknown? Have things, manifestations, been moving slowly? Has there been darkness? Have there been a lot of feelings? All of that is yin energy, walking through the unknown, the chaos, the feelings, those processing, and the nurturing that we have had to do through it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but many of us have also been fighting all of this. I mean, when we didn't know where we were living, oh my gosh, I knew it was happening in the astro. I'm reporting it to you guys, and I'm like, we need a home. Where is our home? Unknown, oh my God. It came. It happened. But, oh my gosh, it was slow. It was not on my timeline. It was not on my family's timeline. But it came. And this has all been part of a reawakening of our relationship with the yin. And this is going to continue. What is so fascinating to me is we're going to have Venus moving through Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus energy, so very strong Venus energy, getting Venusian up in here. We'll have a shift into Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio on September 9th, and then Venus is going to retrograde, and Venus is going to retrograde back into Libra. So this is important. This is going to be like our first starting pass of the Venus and Libra energies, so we can really start to reawaken this relationship with the yin. And remember that it's okay to not have everything planned out, that it's okay to be in the dark. It's okay to not know exactly what you're birthing and when you're birthing. That's the thing with natural birth is like, when is that baby gonna come? Often not on the due date, And so that's the yin energy. That's the energy of creation. It does not do timelines. It does not do, this is the plan and this is how it's gonna be. This is the time to reawaken and reestablish that, because this is part of the wild yin coming in. And the more we can reawaken to that and reestablish that relationship and find ourselves okay in the unknown and knowing we're going to be okay in the unknown, the better. Now, there's another thing that came up really strongly in and through this energy of Venus in Libra, and that is the feminine seeking harmony. Right now, Mars, representing yang energy, is retrograde. And that's definitely thrown things into chaos a little bit. It's allowed even more space for the wild yin to be coming in. But what I'm finding with this, again, part of reestablishing the relationship with the yin. This is feminine seeking harmony with the self first. So often, Venus energy, Libra energy wants that harmony. It wants the harmony between the yin and the yang. It wants the harmony between relationships outside of the self. Venus in Libra is a time to return to relationship with our own inner yin and with ourselves. So this is a call, again, for nurturing ourselves. What do we need? Seeking the beauty, love, peace, harmony, etc., those Venus energies that we need, but finding them within ourselves at this time, finding them for ourselves rather than relying on another to bring those energies to us. So this is a return to that, and that will help us reawaken, reestablish that yin relationship. And this is not just for females or people who identify as female. This is for everybody. Everybody has yin energy within them. So everybody, this is a time to seek that harmony within yourself, with your yin self first. Finding that beauty, finding the love for yourself. I've been doing this really interesting thing. When I feel shaky, I'll go into a meditation, and I used to Om, and when I Om'd, it almost felt like the Om would go outwards. And lately when I Om, I keep directing the Om inwards, and it feels like it gives me a more solid light core, is what I feel when I do it. It almost is like it gives me a backbone, more of a backbone. Not that I need more of a backbone, but you know what I mean. Like it centers me, brings my light to the center, and helps me. And that's just an interesting little thing that I've been noticing. That's what we want to do with this energy. Instead of always feeding everything so outwards, is bring it in first and find that core, allow that light to expand within yourself, and that is going to help every relationship in your life. Every relationship that belongs in your life. You may find those people who are relying on you not liking it so much, but this will help every relationship in your life. All right, so on to some of these next energies. Oh my goodness. Okay, 14 degrees. We have so much at 14 degrees today. We have the moon connecting to the sun at 14 degrees. We have the sun conjunct Pallas at 14 degrees. That's interesting because we're building into this eclipse that has this yod pointed right at Pallas energy. Pallas represents patriarchal energy. It can represent where we have cut ourselves off, from balance, ultimately, because, again, patriarchy in and of itself is not bad. Patriarchy in the world today, not my favorite thing, but in and of itself, it's not bad. Matriarchy, we can idealize it, but I do think that that is another thing that we do not want too much of, because too much of either throws us off balance. So this, to me, is a time to stop. Stop what you're doing. Notice what's stopping you, not from, this moment, but what stops you in a daily, in a time, from fully embracing your heart, from sinking into your love. Here's where I'm going to give you my experience. Okay, so last year, right about this time, Joe, who you guys saw in the video, we were not together, and I got a message from him that he did not want to talk to me, and I was devastated, so hurt. And my practice is when I need to work through something, to write letters and not send them. So I was writing a letter, and my letter, I was like, "You're a coward, how could you do this?" It just coward, kept coming up over and over and over again. And then through the letter, and through me phasing out what was going on in my head, the logic, I wasn't wrong, but that logic and the overthinking and my personal triggers, and through that, I came to see him as a little child cowering. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is true, but it's not true in how I was understanding it. And it helped me shift back into my heart, rather than where I was overthinking, logicking, etc. It doesn't excuse his actions, although there's all kinds of reasons. But what it did was it took me back to my heart. A lot of times we're afraid to go there, and we have good logical reasons. Again, the logic wasn't wrong. The triggers were not wrong, but there was information that was beyond them that I didn't have until I sank into my heart, which I had to get out the other stuff first. So with this Sun conjunct Pallas, as we face these patriarchal energies, this is going to be important to note where we have those triggers, where we have this logic, where we may be thinking, and it's very rational, logical thinking process, and yet it's keeping us out of our hearts. This is an opportunity for a breakthrough. This doesn't mean that you invite people back into your life who are toxic, but you may get more understanding from this place. You may be able to tap into the yin a little bit more from this place. You may see a larger picture from this place. And I encourage that in and through these energies, because just even doing that will help you shift for yourself into that more open heart space. Whew, okay. So, all of these connections happening at 14 degrees. 14 degrees, that is that 5 energy. 5 energy is Mercury. It is understanding, but it also can throw us into that overthinking overdrive. If you get into overthinking overdrive, get out your journal, start writing, because the understanding may come from beyond that place. This also matches up with the moon. The moon is in Gemini. Whew, these electrical energies are so intense. Moon in Gemini. That moon in Gemini also can instigate that overthinking. Moon in Gemini is connecting to Neptune. Again, what I'm seeing with this square, which has that resistance, there's more information than what you know that's going on in the situation that you're dealing with at this time. Again, if you can stop and get beyond the logic and the overthinking and the shoulds and all of those things, you may get the information that you need that can help you ultimately work through this. And beyond anything else, find that peace inside yourself. That's the goal, is coming back to the peace within yourself. 2 last things I want to mention. Sun is going to be squaring Jupiter. Some shadows may be coming up. There may be some paranoia that comes up in and through these shadows. Again, writing these things out, writing these letters, getting beyond the overthinking and dropping into your heart is going to be your best friend in and through these energies. Last thing to mention before I show you my cards, Uranus is going retrograde tomorrow. And I always notice right before Uranus goes retrograde and for the next couple days, my nervous system is thrown off. I keep telling you guys, I love my little Highlands Calm pills. They're very helpful to me and my nervous system's really sensitive. I encourage outside time. I encourage grounding oils. I encourage grounding stones. Whatever works for you. Hopefully you have figured out what works for you. But again, this goes hand in hand with listening to your body, because the stimulation is real. All right. Whew. Cards. Wow. There is some work to be done. There is some old karmic energies that are coming out to be experienced, moved through, worked through, and completed. And hopefully it's going to be your understanding. Here's the compromise card. What I'm getting from this is like the pinky reaching out. By you settling into your heart, that you can come to the understanding and allow this completion. So this can be released once and for all. The laziness card in reverse. Do not be lazy with the process. There is work to be done. If you are triggered by something, dig in today, but not in through the overthinking and the overlogic. This card, I love this card. She is the moon. The light of the moon ebbs and flows. The wisdom of patience is not about waiting around for something to happen, rather than getting up and getting it done. The wisdom of patience is that of the gardener who consults the lunar calendar, the right timing, promoting growth, planting when there is fertile soil, and allowing the soil to rest and replenish when it needs to. You are being asked to check in with your timing. Is now the time for action or for rest? It can change quickly, just like the phases of the moon. If you're unsure, that is okay too. Perhaps you are waiting for more light to reveal the way as the moon grows full. All things come in time. Your message comes through this oracle. Your manifestation is unfolding in perfect timing. If you feel something isn't happening fast enough or is happening quickly and you are unsure if you're ready, be assured all is well. If something is not clear to you and you would like it to be more so, the clarity you seek will come to you. Don't worry. Don't try to force the insight. Just be with what is happening now and trust. You are moving and growing and all is well. Soon you will see for yourself, just as the moon grows full and revealing, even in the midst of the deepest night. And I'm going to read this little poem that's here. It's called Waiting. These moments are precious, like jewels on the crown of life. They beckon my heart, forming memories that sparkle with joy. And like the longing of a sweet caress, they draw me near, melting into one, showing what is possible on the journey of life, waiting for the seasons' change. So, that is it for today. Book a reading. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com for that. My website is wonky right now. It is in the midst of going through lots of changes. There is enough love in the world for you, and the better it gets, the better it gets. Namaste.